Let's talk some crypto. You probably have heard about people who have made millions in cryptocurrencies, and you probably have heard about some crypto terms such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain, and so on. But what is it all about and why should we care? If you give me a few minutes of your time, I will explain to you everything you will ever need to know on this topic. I'm not trying to sell you anything, I'm just trying to provide transparency and convey concepts that are easy to understand. After you finish watching this video, you will never need to watch another video on the concept of cryptocurrencies. As usual, at the end of the video, I will tell you my thoughts on this new and exciting asset class and what is my approach to it. So, if this sounds interesting to you, stick around to find out more. What's up, strangers? If this is the first time we meet, my name is Vedo and I'm here to help you better understand the wealth game and become part of the wealth game nation. Building wealth is a game that the wealthy play. It is a counterintuitive game, and even though it is still a game, the sooner you start looking at building wealth as a game, the sooner you can learn the rules of the game and take part in the game. On this channel, I cover everything related to personal finance, investing in the stock market, cryptocurrencies, real estate, and everything related to the game. So let the games begin. In order to understand the need for cryptocurrencies, we need to understand traditional currencies such as the US dollar, the European euro, the Japanese yen. Traditional currencies are centralized, and their value is directly linked to the decision made by a central authority, namely governments and central banks. As those currencies are not backed by a physical commodity such as gold, that central authority has the power to produce more of its currency and therefore inflate that currency. When this happens, our own purchasing power of the money that we own is reduced because now there is more money in circulation than there is actual goods produced, which leads to increased prices of said goods. Suddenly, we are no longer able to buy the same thing for $100 as that same product is now worth $105. On top of that, every time there is a transaction, meaning money going from one account to the other, the money has to go through a middleman, in this case, that central authority. Now that we understand traditional currencies, we can look at cryptocurrencies. A cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual form of money that is secured by cryptography. Cryptocurrencies are much more secure than traditional currencies and almost impossible to counterfeit. Most cryptocurrencies are decentralized, which means they do not rely on one central authority, the middleman, but rather on a network of computers all around the world. Every time there is a transaction, meaning money going from one account to the other, this transaction is done directly between the two parties involved. This information is then stored on the network of computers around the world. The integrity of the information is upheld by the network because any manipulation of one computer is right away compared to all the other computers on that network and instantly corrected when a manipulation is detected. Basically, in order to counterfeit something in the crypto world, more than half of the network would need to be corrupted simultaneously and show the same data, which is pretty much not likely to ever happen. On top of this, most cryptocurrencies are finite, meaning there is only a certain amount of cryptocurrency that can ever be created. Therefore, inflation is not an issue for those cryptocurrencies. This is why Bitcoin is considered a store of value and very often compared to gold, because there is a finite number of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has also been coined as the digital gold. Get it? Coined? Anyways, another difference between cryptocurrencies and traditional currencies is that each holder of a certain cryptocurrency is responsible for safekeeping of their coins, meaning if they lose the password, then pretty much say bye-bye to your coins. That's why there is an expression in the cryptocurrency world, not your keys, not your coins. While if you forget your banking data, you can just go to your bank and reset your password. To summarize, traditional currencies are centralized, governed by the central authority. Transactions go via the middleman. They can be inflated. They are not as secure as cryptocurrencies. And in case you lose your password, verification of ownership is relatively easy. You just go to your bank, verify it's really you, and reset your password. Cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, are mostly decentralized, governed by everybody, meaning the network of computers all around the world. Transactions are done directly peer-to-peer. They usually cannot be inflated, meaning there is a certain number of coins that can be created. They are very secure through cryptography, but ownerships cannot be easily verified. As we see, both serve their purpose and they both have their pros and cons. As I promised earlier that this will be the only crypto video that you will ever need, I need to pick up the pace and do some rapid fire on most important terminologies in the crypto space. Don't worry, it's not a problem if you pause and go back and rewatch. So let's start. Blockchain. Blockchain is the technology used in crypto for storing data about monetary transactions. It is a distributed database that is shared within the computer network. As the name says, the data is stored in blocks that is chained together chronologically via cryptography. Once the data is stored, there is no changing of this data. Proof of work. Proof of work is a decentralized consensus mechanism that requires members of the network to expend effort solving mathematical problems in order to prevent anybody from manipulating the system. I know, this was a mouthful, but consensus mechanism is just a fancy wording for the network that has agreed that this is how all transactions will be verified. When participants in that network solve such mathematical problems, they are rewarded by getting a new coin, meaning they get a bit of cryptocurrency for their troubles. Bitcoin, for example, uses proof of work. Proof of stake. Proof of stake is a newer decentralized consensus mechanism created as an alternative to proof of work. Here, the owner of that cryptocurrency uses their cryptocurrencies for validating transactions on the blockchain. Many newer cryptocurrencies are using proof of stake as a consensus mechanism for their validations of transaction. Ethereum, for example, is a cryptocurrency that is currently working on switching their consensus mechanism from proof of work to proof of stake. Coin. Coins are replicas of money. They are digital money that operate on blockchains. Every transaction is stored on the blockchain. Coins can be mined using proof of work or proof of stake, which we have established takes effort. Coins cannot be created or minted just like that. Examples of coins are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, etc. Tokens. Now, this is important to understand the difference between token and coin, because this is where the scammers come in. Tokens do not have their own blockchain. They operate on a blockchain of other cryptocurrencies or coins. Creating token does not take proof of stake nor proof of work. You can create tokens easily, very fast, on top of an existing blockchain for a couple of $100. Example of tokens are Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, stablecoins, NFTs, which stands for non-fungible tokens, which will be a topic for another video. Stablecoins. Stablecoins are tokens. Bad name, I know, coin being a token, but let's just get on with it, and I promise it will make sense. Anyways, stablecoins are pegged to traditional currencies such as US dollar, for example. They are used for parking your money in the crypto world in order for you to be sure that they will not go up nor down in value. This is where it gets interesting. Namely, unlike traditional stock exchanges, which are open only a couple of hours per day during the work week, the crypto exchanges are open 24/7. Meaning, theoretically, it could happen that while you sleep, your cryptocurrency loses value, and by the time you wake up, it is half the value as it was before. This is why you could exchange any cryptocurrencies for a stable coin and sleep in peace. Crypto wallets. As cryptocurrencies are decentralized, once you have some coins or tokens, you have to keep them somewhere. This is where crypto wallets come in. They are digital wallets where you keep your coins and tokens. Most wallets are decentralized, which makes the owner of a certain wallet the main responsible for keeping it safe and making sure that they do not forget or lose the password. There are also centralized wallets. Those are the wallets which are on the exchange where you went initially to buy the crypto in the first place. You can also keep your crypto on an exchange, but in the past there have been incidents where the exchanges were compromised and people have lost their crypto. Granted, the exchanges have always reimbursed all the crypto of each owner. There are also hardware wallets, meaning you can carry it around, lose it, have it stolen, whatever. You can also have paper wallets, meaning all the data related to your crypto is literally on a piece of paper, which again, you can lose, destroy by accident, have it stolen, whatever. Lending. Just like regular savings account in the traditional banks, you can also lend your crypto, usually via an exchange, and earn interest. Interest on crypto is much higher than the traditional money, sometimes even up to 20%. Compared to a regular savings account of 0.5%, this is a crazy return. Staking. As we have established in the proof of stake, you could use your crypto, which is based on the proof of stake consensus mechanism, to validate transactions and with that, earn newly mined crypto. This would mean that you would need to give or lock up your cryptocurrencies for a period of time, let it be used for validation, and in process earn additional coins for the same crypto. Locking up period is different from cryptocurrency to cryptocurrency, but it can be anywhere between 7 days and 3 months. Fiat money. This is a crypto term for traditional money. There are of course a lot more terms and concepts in the crypto space, such as smart contracts, decentralized finance or DeFi, Web3, etc. but given the time, I will not be able to go through all of them here. If you find value in this video, you will be doing me a huge favor by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with your friends. This helps me a lot when you guys do it, and it does not cost you anything. In return, I will do my best to help you become more financially literate much faster than I did. By sharing my insights, my journey, and teaching you the rules of the game that the wealthy play, you will be able to take part in the game in no time. As promised in the beginning of the video, I will share with you now my views on cryptocurrencies. To be honest, I am still on the fence if I would like to use it for myself on regular basis. I see positives and I see negatives. Nevertheless, I believe that crypto is here to stay. It is an exciting new asset class that cannot be ignored. However, highly speculative, highly volatile, and unfortunately full of scammers. Therefore, as an investor, I am being pragmatic on the matter, and I have dedicated around 5% of my money and have invested in cryptocurrencies. Of those 5%, about 60% are in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the rest is in top 20 coins by market cap. So nothing too crazy, I would say. Now, if you're still interested in cryptocurrencies, make sure you do your own research. Best places to start are CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. Links are in the description below. There you can see almost all cryptocurrencies in existence, latest news, daily gainers and losers, price history, etc. There are 18,485 cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap at the time of this recording, which is absolute bonkers. It blows my mind every time I see this number, so be careful when going down this rabbit hole. If you choose to get your toes wet, be very careful. Please, 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 do not invest any money you cannot afford to lose. Do not go for any crazy low market cap, hype coin, or even worse, token that is going to be the next big thing. Pro tip: if a hot girl in a bikini DMs you about crypto, ignore him. The crypto world is full of scammers. Stay with the top 5 or top 10 coins by market cap, or even just do Bitcoin and Ethereum. Do not invest any more than a couple of percent of your money dedicated to investing. If you still want to give it a try, you can go to one of the crypto exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, KuCoin, FTX, and so on. I am in any shape or form affiliated with any of the exchanges and crypto websites that I have mentioned, other than I use them myself. So that wraps up the crypto talk. I hope I have delivered on my promise that you will not need another video to understand cryptocurrencies. Now, you tell me, what do you think about cryptocurrencies? Are you a believer? Do you own any crypto? What do you own? Don't be a stranger and leave me a comment below, as I'm really curious to read about it. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next game. As I'm all out of time here and I would have so much more to share, I will just tell you that in one of my next videos I will tell you a real life crypto horror story where a close friend of mine has been scammed by somebody to mine a token. As we have established previously, coins can be mined. Tokens are created very fast and very cheap. So subscribe to the channel if you want to hear the story next time.